Welcome to CoinBook. My name is Calvin Waite, and I'm a professional crypto trader. I really like getting feedback from you guys about the market, what you're trading, successes, failures, so I'm going to go ahead and start giving out a t-shirt every week now. What I'll do is I'll look at all comments from Thursday to Thursday, and then Friday select a random winner. So, looks like we've got ourselves a down day. Things were a little worse earlier, a low of just under 31,000. So the question is how prepared were we for this move? So yesterday I said that we were essentially out, like we had broken out the bottom. And you know what's funny is I had listened to a couple of other traders, and they had drawn this differently. I think they must have had it like, I don't know, they were intersecting a ton of these wicks, and it didn't look like it had fully broken out. But you can also see that my line is above the green, but that's because the actual bottom was here. The open definitely is over here, but our close was over here, so it was inside. You can see it easier if I take off the candles and just go, whoops, not that one. Go to line chart. See how this line chart, how I've got it at the closes. So my lines line up with the day's close, and you can see how when we were in this range, we stayed in pretty good. The candles have wicks and things like that, but that green body that's opened over here, it closed up here, so when our lines are still inside the range. But yesterday, we closed here. Even though we had a good solid bounce, so as far as our candle goes, we had a nice return, which is fairly bullish. But even with a bullish candle, once we've broken that formation, we're outside of the line, like we're out. So what did we expect to have happen once we break out of a formation like this, where we just expect to go down? Like that's just how things work out. Now the question is how far do we go? So that's a little harder to gauge, because normally a breakout, you'll take a distance to the line. So this is a negative 18%. So potentially we could have a negative 18% from our breakout line, which would put us around, like 29.5. Nothing super serious. Like we're practically there. So that would be an initial target, but is that the final target? It's tough to say, because we have our 50-day at 28,000 pretty much, 50-day moving average. We don't have any support in this chart all the way until 24. If we hit 24, I would feel like, okay, we have a solid number. I know a lot of other traders have pointed to the 21 week, which is down in like 19,000 land. If we go down to 19,000, that's not going to be pretty. The distance from our top to 19 is greater than 50% of the entire bottom. The distance between 19 and 43 is like 23,000. If we're touching 19,000, our chart's upside down. Like I think this would be terrible. People think we'll hit the 21 week and then bounce somehow. I don't think you've got more momentum to the downside getting to that point, that our next move would be a dead cat bounce or a bull trap for sure. And then we'd have to work out what happens over the next quite a while. So I think this would be a horrible thing. I think it'd be really ugly, and I don't think that the whales will let us get there. I just don't think so. But I could see us exiting the green zone. I could see that happening. But I do not think we'll break the 100. So the 100's at like 21.5 right now, and I believe that no matter how ugly it gets, we'll probably find support on the 100, and then we'll figure out a consolidation, and we'll be ready to go. But keep in mind this right here. We all want Bitcoin to go up, including me. But let me just tell you what would have happened if we'd have broken out the top. So we have a run that's going from about 20,000. We go in all the way up to like 22, 23,000, 22,000. And then we consolidated into this wedge. Our target, if we broke out the top, would have been 50. It would have been 48, 49, around 50, something like that. But we still have a problem because we have a giant long move here with no support, like very little support. And so if we went up to 50, that would probably be it for a while. Like 50 would be it. And then people would, like, there would be a lot of fear at 50. We'd get up to 50 and people would start being like, oh, okay, well, this is starting to get really shaky. You know, we're not going to do another run to 100 after we hit 50. Like there's just not enough momentum in this. We have a consolidation and we push, but I think we'd run out of steam about 50. What we're doing now though is we're having a nice long correction. Like if this consolidation this consolidation only lasted like maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. Like this is nothing for a consolidation, especially on the moves that we're trying to make. So what I'd love to see is a nice consolidation for like a couple of months. Like I'm talking like 2 or 3 months. If we could get a consolidation for 2 or 3 months and then we start making all-time highs, 50 is pennies. We'll be way up in 75,000 without any trouble. Like this is the setup for much bigger moves. If we had broken out of this tiny little triangle to the upside, we'd have had very little momentum left, and then who knows what that kind of whatever the price action would have done, but it would have been a little rough to get more momentum to keep going. Because when you're getting exhausted and you're trying again, you're running out of steam. But here we're going to actually give ourselves a nice chance to consolidate really well. And then when we finally get up to new all-time highs, we'll have a few months of consolidation under our belt. Oh man, we're going to rocket straight up to 75,000. Like we're going to be, the price benefit from this is going to be way better. So I hope nobody's discouraged today. This is great action right here. Love it. As for the alts, we're having sort of a flat day. If I was trading this and we had a pretty decent move like this, and we ended the day with a candle that's a total doji candle, like if we don't move at all, I would take this as a sign of this is, I'd say, greater than 50% that we're starting to get to a correction type of move. What's interesting is with Bitcoin dropping as hard as it has today, it's actually pretty remarkable that alts didn't go down more. You can tell that we're in alt season because when Bitcoin's crashing and having a rotten day and alts don't really move, at least versus Bitcoin, there are a lot of buyers in the alt market now. There's a lot more attention in the alt market. And so this is a positive sign for alts. There's nothing wrong with taking a couple of days of a break, but for today to go down as hard as it has on Bitcoin's side, it's really remarkable that our alt season has just been flat. And what's even more cool, at least in my mind, is if you look at the others dominance, we even had a green day. So we are testing the 200 week. This is the ultimate line. Like that's one of the biggest lines in the that you get, in your trading. 200 week moving average is gigantic. So if we're testing the 200 week on the others dominance chart, that is powerful. So we definitely, these things don't break easy. we tested it and retreated, but man, there are a lot of good looking alts today. And so this structure and this strength is pushing us up. And on a day where Bitcoin's crashing and we've got our our micro caps having a strong push today, that's awesome. And I had a little coin today that doubled because there's just a lot of energy in these alts, these little ones. So it's paying off. I'm really enjoying this salt season, and I'm hoping that we can get a little more energy and make it through. Because if we can bust through this, oh man, we could be set up for a really nice one. Could take us a few days to get through though, because these, like I say, 200-week moving average, that is not something that breaks easy. It'll take a big candle to get through that. So you've been trading for a while, you've made a little bit of money, you think you're a genius. And then suddenly you realize that it was the market that was just going up, and you're an idiot. Well, it's just not in my blood to be able to make a 10-minute video. I got too much to talk about, I guess. Oh man, you guys, look at the curve. Curve finance, man. This was one that I talked about quite a bit at the end of day yesterday, just thinking, man, we've tripled. I would never buy a coin that tripled, except for maybe Curve. Because of why? Here's this amazing, really awesome pivot line that if you touch it and you retest it within a few days, you're looking to bust through that. And today is a huge candle day. It's a day that busts through these things. So we're still heading up a little bit with this in our with this underfoot. We're definitely heading towards this line. I really do put a price target of about 860 on this, and if it may take us a little bit because this is a gigantic move. But that's crypto for you. That's why we do this stuff. We just love this stuff. Anyway, there are a couple of other cool coins. I did put a tiny position in CeeLo, and I exited a little bit at double, which was cool. So like that, but this is going to exit the red zone today, so that's definitely starting to change pattern. Let's see, another coin that I wanted to mention. Vertcoin is starting to change. So I bought Vertcoin a little bit ago, and we are now testing the 50. If we get above this, there's going to be some momentum behind this. I know there's a lot of eyes on Vertcoin. Let's see. So Hive has actually been a pretty awesome trade. I told y'all that I had bought Hive a little while ago, and look at what a great day we've had. We're up 11% today. So this alone is already a pretty good move. We are just attempting the 50. So this one is still a little bit early. And so I think there's a lot of more opportunity here. Our H bar, our Hedera hash graph that everyone got all excited about, this is a pretty ugly looking candle. Our momentum might be just about there. We'll see how things play out, but we've come up a lot from the bottom. I mean, if the very bottom, we've over tripled. So yeah, I mean, this has been a pretty good run. Who knows what happens after these? If there's a lot of legs, we can kind of come back down to like a midpoint and start showing some signs. But if we retrace too far, this will start getting upside down. So it's not a bad thing to put some of this money into your pocket. Let's see. I've been watching. So the stable coins, that's one option if you wanted to kind of move away from Bitcoin without going straight to dollars. So I actually might hedge a couple just because this formation is just really, it's pretty convincing. I think we have a little bit more downside, and I don't like to just fully sell very much Bitcoin, so I'm going to pretend like I'll just put like a small alt position into some of these and keep 1% here and there. Nothing major. But Ethereum Classic is one that is really looking nice right now. This is one I wanted to point out because we are there. Like, we finally got to this tipping point. And so a lot of momentum under us. We are retesting an old line, and I think we'll break through this. And breaking through this will give us a target of about 3,000. So if we get enough momentum to hit 3,000, we will be exiting the red zone for the first time in absolutely months. Like, we're talking like 6 months. There's going to be some serious energy behind this. This is going to be a beautiful trade. So, man, Ethereum Classic, that is looking good. And then we just have our other couple of good moves here. This is starting to warm up. You can see the momentum just creeping. Once we break through some of the resistance that we're seeing here, we're gonna spike up again. BAT is turning up nice. That's turning out to be a pretty good trade. I told you yesterday I'm not in Tron yet, but we're getting there. I'm thinking probably an entry point today or tomorrow, something like that. And so the rest of the market's been pretty volatile. BCH is one I've been watching. I saw it earlier today where we were up. Today and now today we've sold back quite a bit. But as long as we hold above this 50, it doesn't matter. Like, I will take a break out of the red zone and finding support on the 50 over just going straight up to the moon any day, because this is the type of deposit into the bank account that creates really good structure and makes a much better rally. So I'm all for Bitcoin Cash touching this 50 and finding support there. Our day, I'm a little late, so our day ends in 4 hours or so. So when we get here, if we can end nearby, that'll be totally fine. And then if we can have a good day, a couple days in a row, we'll be ready to break this wide open. So we got some good stuff on the table. Good luck with everybody's trading. Okay, it is time to separate the CoinBook trolls from the CoinBook fans. So these are the magnificent t-shirts that we are giving away every Friday. These are individually packaged with love from your best friends, China. There's also this incredible option designed by yours truly, and we'll be giving away probably 1 or 2 of these every Friday to just a random comment on any of the videos over the past week. But, and I don't blame you, if you absolutely cannot live without one of these shirts, I am willing to part with them for $15 worth of your favorite crypto. Just reach out to me on social media and we'll get you guys hooked up.